Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. It is summer break. The 49ers have broken for the summer. 40 days off is what they get. But taking a look at what we saw on the field for rookie minicamp, just kind of going to go through where there is a little question at depth. And I don't think they're going to add any more people. I don't know. I mean, there will be some kind of churning at the lower end of the roster. They're going to release some guys, probably bring some guys in for tryouts. But as of right now, there are just a few positions that have questions on who is going to be starting. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I saw at practice. So there aren't a whole lot of questions that we can answer right now on the defensive line, but the first team reps, the first guys to go out on the field when there were 11 on 11 drills, it was Nick Bosa, of course, Jordan Elliott, Sam Okuanu, and Kevin Givens. So those are your four guys that were out there for the very first snap. That doesn't say everything. Some of it could be seniority based, maybe with Kevin Givens, but because Kel Williams, Jordan Elliott, they weren't out there for practice. They did not get reps with the team. So again, Nick Bosa, Jordan Elliott, Kevin Givens, Sam Okuanu. Those are the four guys that were out there for 11 on 11 drills. Now, all the other guys, CJ West, Alfred Collins, Michael Williams, Bryce Huff, all those guys will be worked in. And, by the time training camp goes, Bryce Huff, he's newer to the system, so he didn't take part in team drills. But I think once the season starts to kick in, once training camp starts to flow, we'll see a little bit more, maybe Bryce Huff on the edge opposite of Nick Bosa. As of right now, it's Sam Okuanu. On the other side of the line, it was Spencer Burford taking snaps because Trent Williams did not take part in team drills at all. So Spencer Burford, and it was Colton McKivitz on the far right side, Dominic Pooney. It was Jake Brendel for some snaps at center, and then Matt Hennessy in there. Ben Barch was a guy who we saw a bit at right guard. And let me see. Did I get that right? Yep. Ben Barch was at left guard. And we did also see a little bit of Andre Dillard. He was out there as well. So that was kind of the combination of offensive line. Now, that, of course, is fluid, but I think they've got their guys, to be honest with you. There may be, again, some churning at the bottom of the rotation. But you had Spencer Burford, also, Ben Barch at left guard, switch between Matt Hennessy and Jake Brendel at center, Dominic Pooney at right guard, and then Colton McKivitz at right tackle, and also Austin Pleasance. So those are your guys that you saw at offensive line rotation. But the bigger questions really come when you're taking a look at wide receiver. So wide receiver, Brandon Aiyuk, we don't know when he's going to be back. We don't know whether he's going to be, I'm assuming that it's not week 1. Again, he got injured in week 6. Usually guys take a full calendar year to get ready, and that's what the 49ers are probably going to do. Not bring him back early because that can lead to re-injury. And maybe that could be the reason why Malik Mustafa did re-injure that same knee again, because he came back too early. He had the surgery in January and was playing by week 1. So the 49ers want to protect their investments. They want to make sure guys are fully healed before they go out there. So it could be that Brandon Aiyuk doesn't hit the field until midseason. And then we saw how he was last year, those first 4 weeks of games after sitting out of training camp, not getting reps and not building that chemistry with Brock Purdy makes a big difference. Demarcus Robinson has been a standout in practice. And I was asking 49ers PR, hey, when could the 49ers find out whether the league is going to suspend him for 3 games or not? He was found in violation of substance abuse policy, and I believe it was DUI. And so he could be suspended up to 3 games. He could be suspended no games. But the 49ers won't know that. The league could spring it on them the day before week 1. It's a crazy situation. Each case is dealt with differently. So it is a potential. The 49ers went into it with eyes wide open. He could miss the first 3 games. He could make all the games. But with that in mind, so if Brandon Aiyuk and Demarcus Robinson are out, those are 2 veteran guys. So now the wide receivers group is Juwan Jennings. He is already your wide receiver 1. Then after that, Ricky Pearsall sat out of OTAs because of the tweaked hamstring, but we did see him running on the sideline, side field with trainers. Jacob Cowing. Jacob Cowing has been so improved over last year, last training camp. Lots of reps, lots of chemistry with both Mac Jones and Brock Purdy. So Jacob Cowing has done a really excellent job. Now, after that, I do think Jordan Watkins, rookie, has done enough to put his name in the conversation for a job week 1. I don't think they release him at all. I think he makes the final 53. Then after that, it does get really murky. Who's going to stay? I think Isaiah Nayer has a chance to be a guy that ends up as one of the 6 wide receivers. There's Isaiah Hodgins. He's a guy who's shown up as well. Then there's also Russell Gage, who's a veteran. You have Tariq Owens, who I know the 49ers have really liked. Terrell Owens' son actually was on a plane with Terrell Owens. He's into the pickleball thing. I actually thought he was going to go to practice and watch Tariq, but Terrell is very involved in pickleball and was coming up to San Jose for some pickleball stuff. The other wide receiver, Junior Bergen. He's a guy who the 49ers drafted as a return specialist. He's done okay on the field, but I think training camp is really a test for him. He's got to do the studying. He's got to get reps. He's got to build chemistry with Brock Purdy and Mac Jones. So Junior Bergen, the guys are on the cusp: Isaiah Nayer, Isaiah Hodgins, Russell Gage, Tariq Owens, Junior Bergen. Which one of those guys are going to make it? So usually the team keeps 6. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to. Brandon Aiyuk will probably start on PUP. If Demarcus Robinson has a suspension, then he doesn't count against. I don't think he counts against the roster 53, but we'll see. All right, the other position that I think there's a lot of questions about is safety. You have Jair Brown, who had ankle surgery. He was out there with the team, walking around on the field. Looks good, doesn't look like he's limping, not favoring a leg at all. No wraps or protection on either ankle, which is what I have right now because I rolled my ankle yesterday. So he should be ready by training camp. But Malik Mustafa had surgery right at the season's close. Probably, Kyle Shanahan said, will not be ready for training camp, will not be ready for week 1. So Jair Brown, who starts with Jair Brown? Now, the 49ers did bring in a couple veteran safeties. You have Richie Grant, who has made a ton of plays at training OTAs, pass breakups, picks. Also, Jason Pinnock, who has a connection with Robert Saleh, who, also could be a guy that they keep as a veteran. After that, it's Marquez Siegel. Marquez Siegel is the guy that they drafted. They like him. But he's been on and off the field. A little bit of injury, a little bit of rehab work with the training staff. So he's got a really huge training camp, I guess, in front of him, where he needs to prove that he can make the 53. I think if he doesn't make the 53, there's a likelihood that he'll get snatched and put on someone else's practice squad or onto another team. And then Jalen Mahoney. Jalen Mahoney has actually made some great plays during OTAs. So safety is another position that's kind of in flux right now. Another one that I was kind of looking at was linebacker. Fred Warner, obviously the starter. Who's going to play alongside Fred Warner? So D. Winters was standing next to Fred Warner. Now, it used to be Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw standing with Johnny Holland during warmups, doing kind of, juggling, tossing the ball back and forth. Yesterday, it was D. Winters. So he did not participate in special teams work, which is what happens during these individual drills. So it could be an indicator that D. Winters could be the guy. Now, Nick Martin is a guy that I have seen all over the field at OTAs. Now, anytime the ball is going somewhere, Nick Martin is in frame. 49ers talk about this a lot, where a player is in frame, in the screen. And Nick Martin, every time the ball was thrown somewhere, he was there as the ball was going out of bounds, whether it was a completion or an incompletion, an attempt to go out of bounds, he was right there. Like every single time I looked up, it was number 45. So Nick Martin does have a chance to play into that role. I do think he makes the 53. Obviously, they really like him. After that, it is Jalen Graham, who's been on the team a little bit. Can he, prove that he belongs on the 53? Curtis Robinson is a guy who could start on PUP. So he's a linebacker who had an ACL injury during practice last year. He is a really great special teamer. He was the Walton Payton Man of the Year nominee from the 49ers. Outside of that, it's Stone Blanton, Luke Gifford, and Chaz Surratt. So you've got some guys who, will make the practice squad there. But those are the three positions that I'm really looking at. These guys have a lot to prove during training camp, and we'll see how it pans out. I think running back is pretty much set. It's Christian McCaffrey, Isaac Rendo, and I believe it'll be Jordan James. Other guys obviously have there'll be competition, but I think those are the three guys you'll generally see taking the first couple reps at training camp. So that's my look at kind of the questionable, in process positions on the 49ers roster. I'll take a look at some more a little bit later, but that's what I saw at 49ers minicamp. So hope you guys are all well. Happy weekend, and I'll definitely be talking to you soon. Stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please like. If you want to see any particular videos of players, I took a ton of videos. I'll post some more shorts soon, but take care and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Hope you guys are well.